Suicide Squad comes out tomorrow, and Rotten Tomatoes has given it a 31% rotten rating as of this video, or the recording of this video. Now, Rotten Tomatoes, the website, does not review and rate the movie. Rotten Tomatoes grabs reviews from so many different sources and puts them all together and gives an aggregate score. Keep that in mind, okay? So Rotten Tomatoes gave it, the rating on Rotten Tomatoes is bad. What should you care? If you're a fan of the DC universe and all these comic book movies, what should you care, right? You would think that they would just kind of brush it off. They knew that they were going to see this movie from the second that it was released. I mean, these comic book movie fans are fucking rabid. The fan base for DC and Marvel movies are they're just absolutely fucking rabid. You know what I mean? That they'll go and see it. It doesn't matter who gives it a shitty rating. They're set in their ways. They'll probably go and see the movie. So you'd think that they would just go, whatever. you guys, I'm going to go see the movie anyway. Well, there was a group of fans, 11,000 strong, and it could have been more. We'll never know because the guy that made the petition pulled it. 11,000 people signed a petition that asked for Rotten Tomatoes to be taken down. And in the description of the petition, the guy said that the DC Universe movies were getting unjust, bad reviews. You know, like these reviewers were out to get DC. They were out to get these comic book movies because they're tight asses or whatever. And then it got pulled. Okay, the first thing you have to remember, you whiny, spoiled, entitled comic book movie fan brats. And I'm talking about the people that agree with this petition. I'm talking about the people that signed this petition, not all comic book movie fans in general. Me, personally, couldn't give a shit less about all these fucking comic book movies coming out. I don't care if it's Marvel. I don't care if it's DC. It's just a constant barrage, and I want nothing to do with it. I don't care. I lost interest after the third Batman movie. I haven't seen a single one since, okay? I just don't care, personally. I'm not a big comic book guy, all right? But what the whiny, spoiled, entitled fucking little cunts that want Rotten Tomatoes to get taken down need to understand is that Rotten Tomato is not the one that makes the rating. The reviews make the rating, okay? Hollywood Reporter, New York Times, Us Weekly, this magazine, that magazine, this website, this newspaper, that newspaper, this TV show, that TV show. All forms of media, all different reviews that get put together, okay? So you going after Rotten Tomatoes is fucking stupid! Throw your tomatoes at the dick from Hollywood Reporter. Throw your tomatoes at the dick from Us Weekly magazine or this magazine or that magazine. Don't go saying you need to take down Rotten Tomatoes in fucking general. Fucking douchebags. Second, you knew from the nanosecond that this movie was announced that you were going to go and see it. You and millions of other people. Because let's face it, these movies that come out, fucking Harley Quinn, Joker, Iron Man, Captain America, Captain Planet, Captain Underpants, what have you. Millions upon millions of people that would see this movie even if it was given a rating of -5 stars by Roger Ebert, crawled from the grave. So, what should it matter to you? What should some fucking critics matter to you? You're paying the money to go and see the movie anyway. What should it matter to you what these critics have to say? Me personally, I never understood. Okay, when you go and see a movie, it's, you know, if you go and see a matinee, it's really cheap. Around here, they got a theater that has like $3.50 matinees. But you go and see a movie, it's depending on, you know, if you see it in IMAX. What I'm trying to say, it's not a massively expensive thing. You don't see movies every single day. You don't see movies even every single week. So it's not that much out of your pocket to go to the theater and see the movie. So if you end up going to see a movie and it completely sucks, you feel cheated, you might want your money back even, but hey, you didn't lose an arm, you didn't lose a leg. And on top of all this, okay, let me give you some examples. All right, the movie Hancock. Hancock, it came out in 2008. It has a rotten rating on Rotten Tomatoes. I loved the shit out of Hancock. And I saw the reviews before I went and saw the movie. And you know what? I saw it 2 times after that. That's how much I loved that movie. I think it's a great movie. But I'm not a movie critic. I don't sit there and pick apart every little eensy-weensy, teeny-tiny detail. I don't sit there with a notepad and go, oh, plot hole, oh, uh-oh. I mean, if I notice the plot hole and it's big enough and it breaks the movie, then fine. But otherwise, you know, I don't sit there and go over every little trivial detail. Okay? Twister! Fucking Twister! My favorite movie of all time right here. Twister, right here. My favorite movie of all time. Rotten rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Do I give a rat's fucking ass? No, I don't. These are critics. These are people that are paid to see a movie and give their opinions on whether or not they think it's a good movie. If you live and die by the ratings of critics, I don't know. I don't know what to say about you. You're not stupid. I don't know what to call you. I'm at a loss here. Because some people actually do live to take critics' words as the gospel. And if they see a bad rating, they go, screw it, I won't see it. But as for you, Suicide Squad fan, what should you care about this motherfucker over here, this pinhead with a notepad and a goofy hat? What should you care? You shouldn't care. You shouldn't care about Rotten Tomatoes. You shouldn't care about Metacritic. You shouldn't care about Siskel or Ebert or Roper or the dude with the weird hair. I can't remember his fucking name. You shouldn't fucking care about these people. So for all of you people that think that Rotten Tomatoes should be shut down because of these negative reviews, fuck you and get that shit out of here. It's just pure entitlement is what it is. You haven't even seen the fucking movie! You! Petition signer! You haven't seen the movie! So you don't even know whether or not it sucks. Chances are you're gonna love it. Especially if you are a massive fan of comic book movies in general, but you haven't even seen the fucking movie. Ugh. So, don't act like such a little spoiled, whiny little cunt, an entitled little cunt. I know some people who think that, who feel the same way that I do about comic book movies, that there's way too many of them and the fan base is a little bit too annoying, too rabid, they post about it all the time. You're not giving the fan base a good name, essentially, is what I'm trying to say, okay? In my own lengthy little way. You're not giving them a good name. You really want to be known as the fan base that tried to get a website taken down because they didn't agree with you? Which, by the way, they can't agree with you because you haven't seen the movie. Which means you can't even necessarily disagree with them. It's just bullshit. Absolute bullshit. So, there you go. If I get dragged into seeing it, I might see it. I don't know, man. These comic book movies is whatever. I've said my piece. Have a good day, folks.